During the Burmese invasion of Assam, the Ahom people had to sacrifice a lot. Many people lost their lives, their house burned. Even older women and younger girls were not spared. If you are an Ahom, you must have come across this question. Why Ahoms are demanding ST status? Did you not rule Assam for 600 years as royal people?
हमारी सरकार 6 समुदायों अहम और 4 जनगोष्ठी को जनजाति का दर्जा देने पर भी काम कर रही है.
Let's analyze this question. There are two aspects of this question. First is the belief or assumption that having royal lineage gives you financial and economic benefits. Second is the assumption that since you belong to ruling class and hence are of privileged background, you must not have faced discrimination. Let's debunk these two myths. Myth number 1. Ruling power gives you financial and economic benefits. The Ahom royals never acquired wealth and property. The Ahom kingdom was more egalitarian. Egalitarian means Ahoms believe that all people are equal and deserves equal right and opportunities. Hence, you see more non-Ahoms being included in Pike's system. Unlike the royal families of Rajasthan and South India, the Ahoms were never able to acquire generational wealth. These royal families of Rajasthan and South India are still enjoying the benefits of their generational wealth. During the Burmese invasion of Assam, the Ahom people had to sacrifice a lot. Many people lost their lives, their house burned. Many Ahom soldiers were made slaves by the Burmese. It is mentioned in the Buronji. The Burmese began to plunder Ahom villages and cities. The Burmese chased and killed those who fled to forests. They molested our women in groups. A single woman was outraged by a group of 10 Burmese men. Even older women and younger girls were not spared. Their outrage was so severe that a woman was not left until her female organs began to profusely bleed. After the Burmese left, the British administration systematically discriminated against the Ahoms. Ahom kingdom and Ahom royalty fell in decay. Even those belonging to the highest clans were reduced to beggary. The lineage of Ahom royals Purandar Sinha and Gomdhar Kunwar became extinct. In economic sphere, Ahoms were not taken into government jobs. In military, Ahoms were not recruited due to the fear that they might revolt. The result is that the per capita income of Thai Ahom people is well below the state's average. Despite the large size of the population, the economic condition of the Thai Ahom community appears to be in dire situation. The prevalent narrative that the Ahoms, due to their ruling class history and kingdom, are way ahead of the other communities is actually false. Myth number 2. Ahoms never face discrimination. Caste discrimination is more rampant in Assam than we want to believe. Although most of the Ahoms are Hindus now, but this has not prevented them from facing discrimination and prejudice.
For example, in the book Assam Buronji, written in Bengali by Holiram Dhekial Phukan, he described Ahoms to be stupid and devoid of any education and social respect. In volume 4 of Assam Buronji, he writes, Ahom, Borahi, Ahom Sutia, এই তিনি জাতি প্রায় সম ধর্মশীলা উজান আসামী ইতর লোক প্রায় এক এক জাতি ইহারা ব্যবহারে অযোগ্য আহোম জাতিয়েরা এ দেশের রাজা হইয়া হিন্দু ধর্ম গ্রহণ করাতে অনেক দুই বিষয় ক্রমে রহিত হয়েছে কিন্তু তাহাদের জল ব্যবহার করা যায় না এবং তাহাদের অন্ত্যেষ্টিক্রিয়া ব্রাহ্মণকে অধর্মের মধ্যে গণনা করা যায়.
Holiram Dhekial Phukan was the father of Anandaram Dhekial Phukan, who was one of the pioneers of Assamese literature in the Orunodoi magazine era. He played a major role in reinstating the Assamese language as the official language of Assam in the 19th century. In 1934, a book named Ripunjoy Smriti was published in Jorhat. The book quoted extensively from the Manusmriti and some other Hindu religious scriptures to prove that few communities are outcasts and untouchables in the Assamese society. This book had infuriated the local population, especially the Ahoms. Who will benefit the most if the Thai Ahom get ST status? Well, everybody knows the biggest beneficiary of ST status will be the indigenous people of Assam who are fighting a losing battle for their ancestral lands. The biggest roadblock in getting ST status to Thai Ahom people and other 5 community is the lack of consensus amongst the existing scheduled tribe of Assam. It will be a complicated process, everyone knows. But I'll give you just few examples how history has not done justice to certain communities in getting ST status. Example number 1. Meiteis of Manipur. The Meiteis of Manipur were listed as tribe under the name Manipuri in several colonial era documents like the Census of India 1891, Census of India 1901 and the Census of India 1931. The 1931 census mentions that the Manipuris, Meiteis, are a wholly Hindu tribe but retain their distinct language and culture. The Meiteis are now OBCs.
The demand for ST status for Meiteis in Manipur is growing louder with
Example number 2. Kurmi Mehatos, who are the tribals residing in Jharkhand and West Bengal and also in Assam.
1865 में पेश किए गए भारतीय उत्तराधिकार अधिनियम के तहत कुर्मी को ब्रिटिश राज में अनुसूचित जनजाति के रूप में वर्गीकृत किया गया था। इन्हें 1913 में आदिम जनजाति का दर्जा दिया गया था।
Their story is very peculiar. The Kurmi Mehatos were enlisted as tribal community in census-related documents in British India before the year 1931. But back then, the community wanted to show itself as Hindu Kshatriya caste. So after 1931, they were successful in delisting themselves as tribal community.
आप लोग भी तो लोहरा जात से हैं।
हाँ।
यहाँ कुर्मी जात के यहाँ शादी ब्याह होता है तो भोज खिलाता है आपको।
हाँ, खिलाता है लेकिन धुरे की खवाता है, इतना धुरे।
But now, the community is seeking a return to the ST list. It is a paradoxical issue of identity crisis. They want to be rescheduled in the ST list from which once their forefathers had descheduled themselves in order to become Kshatriya caste. Mahmood Mamdani, who is a famous anthropologist and the father of New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani, says tribalism is reified ethnicity. He writes, did tribes exist before British rule? If by tribe we understand an ethnic group with a common language, the answer is yes. But tribe as an administrative entity which discriminates in favor of natives against non-natives most certainly did not exist before colonialism.